ultimately, I asked myself the question, would I go into debt to help a loved one? And it was a full body yes. I just didn't expect him not to make it through. This has been one of the hardest years of my life. And as someone who has gone through and experienced a lot of trauma, that's saying something. This year should have unraveled me. I could have spiraled to a really dark place. In February, we said goodbye to my soul dog, Zeal. Zeal saved my life in many ways, many times. When Zeal came into my life for the long term, I was so lost. I was drinking more than I think I ever had. My job was draining me to the point of emptiness, utter, hopeless emptiness. And my job was everything. I was terrified of losing my job, so I poured more and more into it. And when I met Zeal, he showed me the importance and the joy and the magic of pouring into myself so that I could show up as a better dog mom to him. Losing him broke my heart. In September, we took Zeal to the vet because he was limping, and I was coming home from a heart-opening, incredible, freeing retreat in Idaho. I didn't leave Zeal more than a couple days in all the time that we had each other. And even then, I was hesitant to leave him. And the vet said that his arthritis was advancing. So we started doing what we could for him. Water treadmill, looked into acupuncture and chiropractic. And end of October, early November, we had a consult about stem cell therapy for him. And we didn't have the money to pay for it out of pocket. We asked some family friends for it, but ultimately I asked myself the question, would I go into debt to help a loved one? And it was a full body yes. I just didn't expect him not to make it through. The surgery itself, there was no one cause for his passing. And we went through a few scares, some middle of the night drives to the west side for emergency doggy visits. We had sleepless nights. We did everything we could for him. Our foster dogs are growling at something. Losing Zeal should have unraveled me. And it didn't, because over the past several years, thanks to Zeal, I have been implementing and creating my own non-negotiables. And having a set of activities or habits that I show up for every day for myself has allowed me, in my darkest moments, to be able to ask for what I need. Yeah, this is Babe. She's a foster doggy, and she can tell I'm having big feelings. You stay. No, 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 no. It's okay. It's okay. You stay. By creating and having my own non-negotiables, I survived Zeal's passing. And the grief, though it still comes and goes, I was able to ask for what I needed from my friends, from my community, because I was in touch with myself and knew what I needed. In the past, when I experienced loss or trauma, I didn't know what I needed. I didn't know how to ask for what I needed, so I couldn't be supported. And instead, I turned to substances, to numbing. And this is why I want to share the creation and implementation of non-negotiables with others, because this practice has gotten me through the hardest year of my life. We took on a lot of debt trying to save Seal, and we're still working through that. And some days are really hard, missing our baby. But I show up for myself every morning, my own non-negotiables. I start my day with breath work. I move and stretch my body. I don't look at my phone for the first hour of the day. I prioritize movement, and as somebody with a history of eating disorder, having that healthy relationship with moving my body has been incredible. And it's part of my non-negotiables, but in a nourishing way, not a workout because I'm punishing myself way. And I've created boundaries around my time and my space and my energy so that when I am feeling consumed with grief, I can feel it. I can process it. I'm not pushing through to show up for someone else. I'm able to prioritize myself and my well-being. And this is huge. When my mom died when I was 19, I showed up to work the next day. I didn't know what else to do. I knew I needed to pay my bills and I needed to go to work. And my friend, she actually sent me home. And some people showed up for me, but ultimately I drowned my sorrows in alcohol because I didn't know what I needed. I didn't know how to advocate for myself or take care of myself. And several years later, when my childhood dog Honey passed, it was much harder than losing my mom. And again, I coped with alcohol, drugs, my ex. I did not know how to nourish myself. I did not know how to care for myself. And I did not know how to ask for support because I didn't know what I needed. And being able to reflect on the difference between how I responded to the losses before versus now is beautiful. And I am surrounded by people who show up and care for me. And they can, because I know how to ask for what I need. And being able to do that is probably the most empowering act that I can make. And I want that for everyone. Life is difficult at times and we go through shit. And it sucks. And my life is not all love and light. I mean, it's easy to see that on Instagram, and I'm trying to change that, kind of show a little more of like the ups and downs. The thing is, I don't go to my phone when I'm upset or having a hard time, so I'm not capturing those moments. And I'm not selling you a life that's perfect without pain, without hardship. What I'm offering, what I'm empowering you to do is to figure out what's non-negotiable in your life, to implement habits and activities and rituals that nourish you, that you can add to your day every single day, so that when life gets hard, when something really icky and sticky comes up, you have these practices, and you've also learned how to set the boundaries around them. And boundaries are incredible. When you can say, nope, I don't have capacity for this. I am consumed with my grief. I just need to be alone. Or I just need you to sit with me for a minute. Or please, somebody feed me. I haven't eaten. I need food. Can you drop something off for me? When you know how you need other people to show up in your life, they will. And you can also show up better for others when you know what you need to be nourished, to be cared for, and how, then others can do the same. So, this is my raw, true truth of why I'm offering the Non-Negotiables course and the value that you will get out of it. So, if you are ready to put yourself first so that you can be cared for and care for others, let me know. I would love to meet you there.